Hi guys, today we're going to study Pirkei Avot, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Tet Vav, and Mishnah Tet Zayin. And let's set sail. First Mishnah, Mishnah Tet Vav. Shammai Omer, Shammai says, Asei Toratcha Keva, make your Torah fixed, Emor Ma'at va'asei harbe. Say little and do much. And greet everybody beautifully, with a beautiful smile. With a happy face. I don't know what you think of Shammai. We are all maybe on Hillel's side. We've heard stories about Hillel. But what about Shammai? What sort of person was he? And I think maybe this Mishnah gives us a different perspective. First of all, Havei mikabel et kol adam b'sever panim yafot. Greet everybody with a smile. I read a beautiful passage during the Aseret Yemei Tshuva by a British rabbi, Rabbi Avigdor Miller, who said the following. It was a fabulous passage. He was talking about the Aseret Yemei Tshuva, and I'll quote a couple of lines. He says, people in this days are looking for great sins. They're looking for huge misdemeanors. But the greatest sin, said Rabbi Miller, is sometimes not to smile at somebody. Somebody who sees a poor or desperate person and smiles gives him much more than money. Somebody who harms somebody with their words can sometimes hurt him even more than if he stole money from him. If you give a good feeling to somebody, you give them joy, you give them calm, you give them self-worth. That is the greatest thing you can give. So it's interesting. Hillel said that you should be ohev shalom, v'rodef shalom, chase after peace. It almost sounds like a big deal. Shammai says just smile at people. The second thing that Shammai says, emor ma'at va'asei harbe. Don't be a big talker, be a big doer. We all remember Abraham welcoming people into his tent. He said, come on in, I'll give you a little bit of water. I'll give you a little bit of food. But in fact, he slaughtered a whole cow for them. He gave them milk. He gave them whatever they needed. It seems like Shammai says, don't talk so much. Do more. If you can talk less and do more, you are a worthy person. And lastly, Asei Toratcha Keva. Asei Toratcha Keva explains the Tiferet Yisrael. What is the opposite of Keva, fixed? It is Arai. We know from Sukkot, Dirat Keva, Dirat Arai. He says, make sure that your learning is not Arai. Arai means transitory. It means not solid. It means fluid. And what does he mean? And when you look at the Tiferet Yisrael, he's got such a wonderful commentary. He says, keep away distractions. Try to make sure that you make your learning keva, which means don't be eating while you're learning. Don't learn when you're lying down. Sit in a chair. He says, learn in the Bet Midrash, in your makom, aloud. And if you learn aloud, it will go in. Stay on topic. Don't flip from topic to topic. He doesn't say this, but don't keep your cell phone next to you because you'll be constantly distracted. Sit in a place which is comfortable for you. He even tells us to not learn too many topics per day, not go from Masechet to Masechet, but instead stay focused, do Chazara. And he has all sorts of advice for us. For example, he says, don't leave a sugya till you understand it. Maybe we might even argue, have written notes on it, so that you really have it in your pocket. When I read this Mishnah again, Shammai Omer, Asei Toratcha Keva, make your Torah fixed, make it permanent, make it solid. Emor ma'at, say little, va'asei harbe, and do much more. Havei mikabel et kol adam, and greet every person. By the way, every person, whether they're Jewish or not, every human. B'sever panim yafot, whether it's the bus driver or it is the person who is behind the checkout in the supermarket or whatever it might be. I'm beginning to like Shammai. I see how he became one of the greatest Rosh Yeshiva, Asei Torat Chakeva. I see that he was a man of actions rather than words, and I see that he had a wonderful, happy demeanor to everybody he met. On to the next Mishnah. Rabban Gamliel, who was the Nasi, he was the leader of the community in Eretz Yisrael, said, Asei lecha Rav, make for yourself a Rav, v'histalik min hasafek, and keep away from doubt, v'al tarbeh la'aser umadot. And when you take ma'aser, don't do it approximately, do it precisely. The thing which links this whole Mishnah of Rabban Gamliel is the notion of seeking accuracy, seeking precision. Look again. Asei lecha Rav v'histalik min hasafek. Why do you need a Rav? In order to make sure you don't make mistakes, so you won't have doubts. And don't get into the practice of taking Maaser in an approximate way, take it in a precise way. Two comments on this Mishnah. Asei lecha Rav v'histalik min hasafek. Before we learned, Asei lecha Rav uknei lecha chamer. Make yourself a rabbi and find yourself a friend. We might suggest that this is two different paradigms of teachers, two different paradigms of rabbis. One rabbi is there to give you psak. Asei lecha Rav v'histalik min hasafek. You look for an expert in Hilchot Shabbat, an expert who will help you resolve halachic problems on campus, an expert in kashrut. But then, that rabbi is there to tell you what to do. But the other rabbi, which we spoke about earlier in the Mishnah, is Asei lecha Rav uknei lecha chamer. Sometimes you need a rabbi who will just be a friend. Maybe not a rabbi who will tell you what to do, but a rabbi who will listen to you. And therefore, interestingly enough, we have two different models of Asei lecha Rav. One is about accuracy, precision, maybe halachic psak. The other is about a person who can be an advisor, a person who will be a guide, who will be a friend. Second point, and this comes from Rabbeinu Yonah, beautiful idea. Rabbeinu Yonah says it doesn't always need to be a Rav. Asei lecha Rav. Even your chavruta can be your Rav. In what regard? Asei lecha Rav v'histalik min hasafek. Sometimes you're in a state of confusion in life, and you don't have a Rav, you don't have a mentor who can be with you. Asei lecha Rav. Make somebody who you value, who you respect into a Rav. Talk it through with them, and maybe you will find that your doubts will disappear. You will find that you will gain sudden clarity. Asei lecha Rav v'histalik min hasafek. Find somebody to talk things through with, and then maybe you will find your safek, your dilemmas, your confusion will find some sort of clarity, but you have to have Asei lecha Rav. You have to have somebody who you can talk it through with. So, on this note, we've learned two Mishnayot. I hope you have a wonderful day, and keep learning.